So today's video is sponsored by Prison Empire Tycoon, the game where every single choice makes an impact, and the game that you'd be crazy to not download with that link in the description below, because it's a free to play and available on iOS and Android devices, so click that link below. But this isn't your average management style game, it's better. You have to run a prison and rehabilitate prisoners to succeed, but it's not just that. You have to manage your staff, so for example, you hire and fire depending on your growth strategy. But you also have to upgrade the inmate cells and do things such as increase the comfort, open new sectors, and even build a basketball court and more. Now, as I said, every single choice will have an impact in the prison, so you need to invest your in-game money intelligently and also maintain a good reputation, because in turn it allows you to control the riots and the fights. Now, the game is free to play and available on iOS and Android devices, so like I said, visit that link in the description below. Prison Empire Tycoon, an absolutely super addictive game. So it's been a pretty long time since we heard from the Avengers devs and the Avengers official Twitter account as a whole, and well, what you see in the background right now is the official cover of, I guess we could say, the Hawkeye DLC, the DLC that a lot of people have been waiting on, a DLC that people feel 50-50 on, and well, that goes into my question do you think this DLC is going to be worth it? Do you think it's going to be worth the hype? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what you can dig out from this picture as well, because there are some pretty interesting things hidden in this cover, so let me know throughout the video what you can spot in the comments below. But we got a ton of information, so we're going to be breaking down exactly what's going to be going down with this DLC, and some really cool information that was basically teased and revealed from the official Avengers Twitter account, where they went ahead and responded to people, because I've been saying that's what Insomniac Games do and it always works well, and it seems like they're following in that trend. And I also feel like the hype is kind of building back up for this game, which is a good thing. So drop a like on this video, subscribe for more awesome Avengers content, and nonetheless, let's just dive straight into the info, because it's been a long time. So the official tweet happened yesterday, and as you guys can see, it says, get a glimpse of the future with our War Table Deep Dive Hawkeye premiering on February the 16th. We'll be showing the following: Marvel's Avengers Operation Hawkeye Future Imperfect, and then it does say fast forward essentially, right? PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. And then it says, like our previous deep dive, this will be directly uploaded and not live streamed, which I think it's safe to say definitely done a lot better than a live stream. I personally prefer an actual solid video that just highlights the new DLC, and interestingly enough, I mean, pretty much what they've gone ahead and said in this tweet, I have a strong feeling they're going to go ahead and drop the release date as well for the official version when it comes down to the PlayStation 5 slot of this game and Xbox Series X. But also, let's just kind of sink in here that the tweet got 7,500 likes, okay? Now, I know to some people that's not a lot, alright? And it isn't in some sort of like wide scale perspective. However, for Marvel's Avengers, I mean, this to me is just a great thing, because it shows that there is a lot of hype for this DLC. People are genuinely excited for it, even though it is another Archer, and it's an Archer that we've been waiting for a long time. So it does go to show that yes, this does look cool, yes, Maestro does look pretty badass, and overall it does seem like it's going to play out to be a really fun DLC. But it doesn't just stop there, because also in the picture we do see again Black Panther's helmet, and if you didn't really know, just to kind of bring you up to date, the whole community theory is, and it's more or less like a no-brainer in some sort of perspective, but it's safe to say that this DLC is easily going to have tons of references to Black Panther's DLC. Like, this is genuinely going to be a build-up for that DLC. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if it doesn't have that, then it'll be a huge missed opportunity, but this is going to have a lot of information. I genuinely have a lot of faith in that. and I'm excited to see how that plays out. But like I said, the info doesn't stop there, because they went ahead and responded to people's questions in that thread. So the first one was, I have a question as well. Are you guys working on Kate Bishop's Obsidian outfit and nameplate? And same goes for Clint Barton. And their response to that was, there are not currently Obsidian skins planned. However, you're not the first person to express interest, and we will forward this suggestion internally to let them know there's demand. But I pretty much just going on the basis for it. We're talking the whole like MCU skin situation, so that is basically falling into that category. So it's like basically when they say they're forwarding these suggestions internally, at least from my perspective, it's almost like AKA we're gonna see if we can get licensing to all that stuff, and if so, then we'll go ahead and design it. But if we don't, then hey, we can't do it. It's pretty much just as simple as that at this moment in time. And obviously, in order to get cool things like this, like licensings and so forth, then the game needs to be performing well. But nonetheless, the next one was, is Hawkeye just going to be a Kate Bishop reskin, or will he be totally different from her? And this is a good question, because let's be honest, it's a question that we all have on the tip of our tongue, right? Is it just another Archer that we've waited months for, or is there going to be a difference? Now, their response to that was also a good question. We wanted to balance the similarities and differences between Kate and Clint, because while they are protag and teacher, of course, they are still two different fighters, each with their own style. Keep an eye out for more info on Clint. So in some sort of way, this kind of does shed the light that, hey, we also know that, you know, literally releasing another Archer, that is essentially pretty much copy and paste from the last DLC character, wouldn't really be a good idea to do, but we're going to be showcasing all of this stuff in the deep dive video. And don't forget, the deep dive videos are literally more deep dive than the last live stream deep dive videos, so this is like a win-win either way, right? And it's going to be happening, well, a lot sooner than we think in some sort of way. Are they going to release it like the day after or that week? Probably as well. I don't know. It could be next year for all we know. Sometimes with this sort of stuff, keep your expectations low. So the next question was, I don't know who the green beefcake is, but basically it looks badass. Right now they said that's Maestro, who is the terrifying combination of Hulk's strength and rage and Bruce Banner's incredible intelligence. Definitely a villain you'll want to watch out for. Now overall, I mean, it's just a good thing, right? Maestro being a new villain as a whole is a win-win. It's something we've been waiting for a long time when it comes down to variety. And of course we have the Super Adaptoid, we have Abomination, we have Taskmaster, and then this will make it Maestro. So far we're racking that number up to 4 villains. Is it still enough? I guess on a wider scale, probably not. But we also know then when it comes down to Spider-Man's DLC, Black Panther's DLC, etc., that would basically take it up to like the 6 or 7 mark, which then on a wider, scale perspective would actually make a lot of sense. So that's basically all we know so far, and I think it's interesting because considering they done a lot of silence, also considering they literally accidentally, unintentionally, whatever you want to call it, done the marketplace update a day before it was meant to be scheduled, either was a really smart marketing move in the sense of it got people in the community talking, or overall it could have been a bad one. I don't really know. I mean, if you want to look at it in my perspective, it's a good one because they then basically took it down and re-released it on the actual date, which is typically like a Thursday when the marketplace update happens. But in between that 24 hours, it had a lot of people talking as to what on earth is going on, so it definitely did spark an interest in the community. But we know they have to pull off this DLC in order to even attempt to go to Black Panther's DLC. But Kate Bishop's DLC was good. I do have high expectations for Hawkeye's, but we'll have to wait and see. But overall, get in the comments below, let me know how you feel about this DLC, and like I said at the start of the video, is it going to be worth it, is it not? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.